Tararara. Ah.
This didn't come up. So I think we should take this back and put it at the back.
You just have to tell him like, go on.
But
And then
look,
you have to click.
that doesn't come up on the slide. So I think we're going to have problems with lots of the text.
Okay,
Just
but-
try.
Hey.
Die übersetzen hat, das ist das erste Forum. Das ist das erste. Aber heute ist das erste Ranking. Frage 1 ist das zweite, oder?
Wir machen halt schneller. Also wir machen uns bis Viertel nach 12. Ja, sowas.
Und das zweite ist jetzt danach, oder?
Ja. Das ist doch, das zweite ist eh auf Spanisch. Hi, ja. Hey, Theo. Ja, bueno. Oh, Carter, I'm gonna say some words beforehand. Bueno, ¿podemos empezar? Sí. Ok, primeramente, lo sentimos muchísimo por ese problema técnico muy grande es que hemos intentado solucionarlo lo más rápido que posible y bueno, pedimos disculpas un montón al público. Es que vamos a intentar hacer la presentación un poco más corto para que no tardemos mucho con el otro foro. Pero ojalá, otra vez, lo sentimos mucho por eso. Pero ahora sí, empezamos con Carter Pilcher. Yo voy a intentar traducirlo, lo que dice Carter. Y bueno, ahora la palabra a ti. Claro.
Hi, thank you all, and apologies for for waiting so long, but thank you for your patience. I'm just going to try to take us through quickly. First, just an overview of ShortsTV and TVCortos, and then some thoughts from our perspective on making short films and kind of where the short film market is
Bueno.
at this moment in time.
También pide disculpas por el retraso y dice que vamos a ver una introducción primero en general sobre la plataforma TVCortos, TV Shorts, y después como también distribuir los cortos en la manera perfecta. Okay.
Can you just go to the next slide?
Diego, ¿puedes pasar por la próxima? Bueno.
So we call ourselves the global home of short movies, and certainly we have probably many films from many people here at the festival on one of our platforms.
Bueno, es como una vista global del mundo de los cortos y probablemente tienen muchos cortos de este festival también en la plataforma de ShortsTV de Carter Pilcher. Bueno.
Next, this is just a little breakdown so you can see the platforms that currently exist for ShortsTV showing only short movies. Shorts International is the parent company, but we have 4 high-definition, 24/7 pay TV networks on cable and satellite. Those are in India, Latin America, the United States, and in Holland and Eastern Europe.
Bueno, la plataforma existe de diferentes plataformas y existe en India, en Latinoamérica, en Asia también, y tienen 4 redes de HD 24/7, es televisión privada de pago también, y aquí puede ver como las diferentes plataformas de la gran plataforma.
Okay, sorry. I'm
Good.
not just.
¿Podemos volver a la última?
We also have Amazon Prime channels in Italy, the United Kingdom, and Spain. And also worldwide electronic sell-through. We have a catalog of about 600 titles that are available in 92 countries.
Okay, tienen como disponibilidad en 600 cortos en 92 países y también con Amazon Prime Video, que está disponible en Italia, Gran Británica y ya.
In July, and then down here in July, we launched 2 new brands that are slightly different. They're free-to-air channels. They survive, hopefully, only on advertising sales. And we have launched 1 channel in Spain, 1 channel in Italy, 1 channel in the United Kingdom.
Bueno, tienen 2 canales más de este año y se puede obtenerlo libre con la televisión y está disponible en Italia y el Reino Unido y España también.
And they're called Shorts, which is the non-Spanish language version, and Cortos, which is the Spanish language version.
Bueno, así. ShortsTV, eso, bueno, la edición, la versión en el mundo estadounidense también y, bueno, Cortos, eso para el mundo hispanohablante.
And Samsung, they're run on Samsung TV Plus, LG, and Rakuten TV.
Okay, bueno.
And we're in the process of launching ShortsTV Plus, our short film mobile app, which is coming early in the coming year.
Y el próximo año van a intentar a publicar una aplicación móvil el próximo año.
So that's an overview of the company.
Bueno, eso
And
es
just,
como, sí, una vista general de la empresa.
Next.
Okay, perfecto.
And it has global reach. As I said, we're in the United States, Latin America, India, and South Asia. We're one of the fastest growing channels. Short films are huge in India, and they're one of the fastest growing channels in our network. We're carried in about 40 million homes. We have about 300,000, between 300,000 and 500,000 paying subscribers every month. And they all pay about £1 or a little over $1 a month for subscription. And then in Europe, we have both pay TV and all these new free channels that we just started launching in July.
Bueno, entonces ShortsTV existe en los Estados Unidos, en Latinoamérica, en Asia y en India. Y es interesante porque en India, son la empresa que crece más en ese mercado. Y Carter, can you repeat how many?
We have currently just under 500,000 subscribers in India, paying a little over $1 a month.
Okay. Tienen 500,000 seguidores y solo pagan como un dólar o un poco más al mes para recibir el programa de ShortsTV.
So we have an enormous platform and an enormous reach and an enormous ability to promote films as we put them on the network.
Bueno, tiene mucha capacidad de publicar cortos y también, porque existe en muchos países, está ya muy conocido. Okay. El próximo, por favor.
We focus on high quality content, originals, award winners, festival award winners, and of course, big stars.
Se concentran en películas originales, en películas que ya han ganado premios y también, claro, en las estrellas de las películas también, de alta calidad. La próxima, por favor.
And critical acclaim and recognition, of course, is important to build the category. We started many years ago, 16 years ago, if we went to the next slide. We started...
La próxima.
We started releasing the Oscar-nominated shorts. Each year we release all the nominated Oscar short films in 3 categories: live action, animation, documentary.
Y la plataforma ShortsTV distribuye todos los nominados para el Oscar, para los cortos, cada año, y tienen como 3 categorías, aquí como live action, animación y documentarios.
Yes, so we launch all 3 as separate individual movies, feature-length movies, and theater goers pay a ticket to watch each movie of nominated shorts. So you can buy one ticket for live action, one ticket for animated shorts, one ticket for documentary shorts.
Bueno, la idea es como la gente va normalmente a la taquilla y pueden comprar los tickets y la función de ShortsTV es como de distribución y entonces también podemos ver que ganan, o eso es el proceso de que ganar dinero también con ese proceso.
And you can see that in the United States, it's become a thing.
Y en los Estados Unidos ya está creciendo mucho y ya está muy popular.
And every small and medium-sized and certainly large city runs the Oscar shorts from the 3 or 4 weeks before the Oscar telecast, when they go into theaters, all the way past a week or two past the Oscar telecast.
Bueno, en cada ciudad, en cada pueblo casi existen cines que muestran esos cortos y entonces la gente va por aquí, puede pagar las taquillas y 2 semanas después de la publicación, de la nominación del Oscar, hacen esa distribución.
Right, and so we've, as you can see, it's an enormous footprint. It generates an enormous amount of press. It's become an event for people who have gone. This is our 17th year this coming year, and Americans go every year to see the Oscar shorts. 300,000 to 400,000 Americans go to theaters to watch the Oscar-nominated shorts.
Bueno, es bastante grande porque vienen como 300.000 o hasta 400.000 personas a los cines en los Estados Unidos y ya lo hacen por 17 años, entonces ya tienen mucha experiencia en eso.
And for the past few years, it's been one of the top independent films at the box office. In 2019, we did $3.5 million. 2020, we did a little bit more than that, about $3.7 million. Of course, in 2021, we were thrilled. We took it to the box office. We made about $1 million. We didn't lose our shirts, but it was a different year this past year.
Eso. Han ganado bastante dinero con ese sistema, como 3.5 millones de dólares. Y en el último año de la pandemia también, fue bastante problemático, pero también pudieron ganar como más de $1 millón de dólares, entonces está bien en el momento. ¿Pasamos?
Next slide.
Ya está.
One of the most important things that it does for the Oscar-nominated films, for the category and everything else, is absolutely raise the profile of the films and of the category. It gets worldwide coverage. Because it's a theatrical release, every single paper in America, every single city, the paper of every single city and all across America runs a review of the Oscar-nominated shorts. It's hundreds of reviews. It drives people to the cinema. It makes the names of short filmmakers very well known.
Lo más importante para los cortos también es como desarrollar el conocimiento, la reputación, el perfil de los cortos, y eso funciona también así, que en cada ciudad hay muchos periódicos, en muchos periódicos aparecen reseñas de los cortos y eso, claro que sí, con eso crece también el reconocimiento, la reputación de los cortos.
And you can see that the biggest papers in America, certainly New York Times, Wall Street Journal, Hollywood Reporter, Variety, Los Angeles Times, all review the films.
Los más grandes periódicos de los Estados Unidos pueden ver aquí, New York Times, Los Angeles Times, todos esos hacen esas reseñas, entonces ya crece la publicidad enormemente. La próxima.
And we at ShortsTV, of course, are doing lots of other things to raise the profile of short films.
Y hace muchas otras cosas para crecer o desarrollar los perfiles de los cortos. Yeah.
On TVCortos, we have a podcast. We interview filmmakers, especially around the Oscars, but throughout the year. On ShortsTV itself, on all of our networks, we run a global, worldwide short film festival. We have a best of India. We have regionals, which are best of India, best of Latin America. Then there's the ShortsTV Worldwide Film Festival. And then finally, we work closely with partners to promote diversity and unheard storytellers that haven't had an opportunity, as we did last year with MasterCard to release 5 shorts by 5 women directors about 5 women entrepreneurs. It was a huge success and a lot of fun.
Bueno, por ejemplo, tienen esos programas, un podcast, y hacen muchas entrevistas con cineastas o también con actrices, actores. Siguiente es como un festival de los cortos en la vista global y con muchos seguidores o participantes. Y el último es también quieren como fortalecer la diversidad en el mundo del cine, porque sabemos que muchas personas no tienen acceso o no tienen la posibilidad de hacer parte del cine. Porque sí, el acceso es muy, muy difícil, entonces han hecho un programa o una acción sobre 5 mujeres que han tenido la posibilidad de hacer parte en el cine.
Okay?
Okay.
Hopefully we got most of that. And then the app, just quickly we'll kind of skip through this, but the app is coming later, early in the coming year. We started with a version that we launched in the Netherlands, and we developed a mobile version that we've been testing with our American audience in the United States for the past year, and it will be out and now available to consumers in the first quarter of this coming year.
Bueno, va a aparecer una nueva aplicación en el próximo año. Ya lo han hecho tests con el público de Estados Unidos y el próximo año va a aparecer la aplicación.
The app is, we found that in the US people use the app 4 times the amount of time that they watch the television network. So we're having people use the app 4 to 6 hours a week, 4 to 6 hours a week, which is an enormous amount of time. That's on average across our 1,000 subscribers.
Lo más interesante es que la gente usa la versión en el móvil 4 veces más que ver la televisión. Entonces ya sabemos que la gente usa más el móvil para ver los cortos y fueron como 46 horas semanales. Entonces ya es mucho.
So we use a modified version of an algorithm similar to Spotify, so that you can create playlists, you can skip, you can like a short, and the shorts are always playing.
En el momento están usando como un algoritmo, un sistema parecido al Spotify que todos conocemos, que se puede parar o pausar el corto o pasar al siguiente, y bueno, funciona más o menos como el sistema de Spotify.
The next slide.
La próxima, por favor, Diego.
This is what it looks like in the Netherlands on the TV network. It's not exactly the OTT version, but it just gives you a sense of it.
Aquí vemos cómo aparece en la televisión en Holanda, en los Países Bajos, por ejemplo. No está exactamente así porque han cambiado cosas, pero normalmente es así.
But we've launched it with, all of our tests have launched with at least 6,000 films that are available to any user. So it's a lot of films, and all of our users spend a lot of time developing their own playlists. They like crime, they like horror, they want little animations, they kind of go in create their own channel.
Han empezado ya con 6.000 cortos, ya es un gran número, y ven que las personas ya crean sus cuentas, sus playlists, y bueno, también sus favoritos de crimen o horror o animaciones pequeñas.
And probably the most popular feature is, one of the most popular features is the ability to select a film by mood. So we categorize films by fear, anxiety, exciting, calm, feel good, funny, and those are often the most first way in for people to discover a short film.
Y usan un sistema y la gente puede elegir entre emociones más o menos. Entonces hay categorías como miedo o como también entretenimiento, y así se puede elegir como también elegir los cortos desde la emoción que quiere.
We do, and maybe click one more time, we program in zones.
Una más, por favor. Bien.
Some of it didn't come. Anyway, we program in zones, and by themes for our viewers, both on air and off air. Of course, horror, thriller are some of the biggest, most watched zones. Stars and shorts, and also our romantic comedy zone is quite heavily watched. We have partnerships, of course, with festivals globally.
Tienen cooperaciones con festivales a todo el mundo, como vemos aquí en esa...
And film schools.
Okay. Vamos por la próxima, por favor.
Yep.
Ahora sí. Bueno.
Here's a quick thoughts on a short. I don't want to take too much time, but we'll skip through these quickly. But here are some thoughts on how to make a short that sells.
Ahora vamos a ver, bueno, cómo hacer un corto que se puede vender.
I think it's important to remember that all the great directors today, all the guys who are winning Best Director at the Academy Awards, are filmmakers who have made as many shorts as features. If you look at Steve McQueen, Alfonso Cuarón, Iñárritu, Barry Jenkins, Guillermo del Toro, all of them have made at least as many shorts as features, and they make them not just when they were students, but throughout their life.
Dice que como casi todos los mejores directores del mundo del cine, que también han ganado premios, han empezado o han hecho muchos cortos, como veamos en esa página, como Steve McQueen, Alfonso Cuarón, Iñárritu, Barry Jenkins o Guillermo del Toro. Entonces es crucial hacer cortos, dice. Bien.
Why else to make a short? To experiment with techniques, with ways to tell stories. And these are just some important examples, I think, of people who have done that. But some of the most exciting things happening in shorts are happening with new ways of telling stories.
Uh-huh. También dice que es importante y muy crucial experimentar con técnicas diferentes, hacer o cómo narrar historias en diferentes maneras, eso de storytelling, y también cómo crear algo nuevo en el mundo de los cortos ya. El próximo, por favor. Muy bien.
And you all know this. The first year we released the Oscar shorts. Shorts are often a way to build a career. Cary Fukunaga did Victoria Paracino. In our first year, he was a student filmmaker, just graduated from the University of Southern California. He's now done his first Bond movie this past year.
Sí, hablamos sobre Cary Fukunaga, que ha hecho Victoria Paracino y graduado de una universidad. Which university, Carter? Which university?
USC, University of Southern California.
La Universidad del California del Sur. Pero es interesante porque ahora, en este año, ha hecho la película de Bond, James Bond.
And on top of that, sometimes shorts are the best format for a type of story, or they help you tell or comment on a social issue easily without, and actually can make change. This past year, it was quite interesting. The two films that won Oscars for Best Animation, Best Live Action Short were about very difficult topics to discuss in America without getting quite excited. One was about gun violence, the other was about the likelihood that black men would be arrested by police in America. Both shorts won Oscars, both shorts tackled tough subjects, both shorts were compelling to anyone who watched them, whatever their political views.
Uh-huh. Bueno, también cortos, o el formato de corto es un formato genial para contar esas historias de también, problemas sociales, y en el último año han ganado dos cortos en los Oscars, un corto sobre violencia de armas, y dice que estaban muy bien recibidos por el público y sin importar la opinión personal del público.
A short has to be great to break through, compelling, demonstrate mastery, every film has to be good. And everybody knows that.
Bueno, un corto tiene que tener éxito en una manera abierta, o sea, que eso es imprescindible, que un corto tiene éxito y llega a mucha gente.
Okay. Here's the opportunity. One more. The opportunity is, and this was more for a room full of folks who are looking at distribution for their films, but their general distribution deals, there is this clash between free and pay, and if you put your film on a free platform first, often it's not able to be monetized by the pay TV platforms. And my advice always to all filmmakers is hold on to as many rights as you can. Don't sign them with anybody until you understand what they're going to be used for.
Siempre existe un conflicto en la distribución, si se distribuye la película como gratuito o en televisión privada de pago. Y también dice que es imprescindible también que mantener los más derechos que puede del corto.
This is just a summary. I think the most important point from this slide, just so you know, Oscar-nominated shorts, not in 2021, but normally we're paying them by the end of the run and all the digital and everything else, $50,000 to $75,000 per nominee out of that doesn't include but that's the live action and animated shorts. The documentaries would be somewhat less.
La empresa de ShortsTV, es importante decir que pagan como entre $50,000 o hasta $65,000 para cada película, para cada corto, para cada nominado de esa sección de los cortos en los Oscars.
So for the amount of money that the release costs, it's a very small amount. We keep a very small, we pay our costs, keep a very small amount, but most of it, almost all of it, goes back to filmmakers if we're successful.
De verdad es una suma bastante pequeña, pero también para ShortsTV es importante que pagan como casi todo, que reciben ese dinero los directores y los equipos que han hecho el corto.
Even this year we paid the filmmakers a small amount, even though we lost a good deal of money in the past year.
Sin embargo, han pagado como casi la misma cantidad de dinero, aunque el último año fue bastante
But I think all the nominees this year were very excited just to get their film released.
Pero estaban muy contentos para que pudieran distribuir el corto, porque estaba difícil antes.
I'm not going to go through these at length, go to the next slide, but I just took a moment here to explain this big shift to mobile phones in terms of entertainment. It's enormous.
Hay un cambio crucial, porque mucha gente ahora usan o quieren ver los cortos en la forma con el móvil y no con la televisión como antes.
Next slide.
El próximo.
This just shows that in the developing world, the shift to mobile is enormous, still enormous, and that's what we're seeing in India.
Es enormemente también en países menos desarrollados, lo que vemos aquí, que también ese proceso también sigue en todo el mundo.
The amount of TVs in a home compared to the amount of smartphones that are available is a significant difference. There are, in India, probably 150 million TV homes.
Hay una gran diferencia en como televisiones en las casas comparado con móviles. Entonces hay como 50, no, what's the number again, Carter? How many?
150 million.
Okay, 150 millones de televisiones solo en India.
And mobile phones, they're about a billion. So there are almost 10 times as many people with mobile phones as homes with TVs.
Existen como, o sea, los móviles son en números 10 veces más existen mucho más móviles que
A
televisiones.
billion, 10 times,
Ya,
10
son
times different.
sí, 10 veces más, como un millón.
And the projections are that the amount of money shifting into mobile advertising on phones is as high as 25 billion this coming year. It's a lot of money. It's a good place. We who make short films are in a great place and do short form advertising as the markets move forward.
Dice que bueno, hay mucho potencial en el mercado de los cortos y también es en ese mercado que favorece a la versión para el móvil, y en el último año, o en este año, han pagado 25 billones de dólares para hacer.
Okay, next. So it's very valuable. The other place that's really valuable, as you know, there is a land rush into shorts and short form and into any kind of original content. There are not enough script writers, there are not enough actors and actresses, and every development house wants a finished property that's going to work for sure. So they're buying up books, they're buying up screenwriters. One of the things that we've started doing, we're partly owned by AMC Networks. They did Mad Men, Breaking Bad, Walking Dead. And we're starting to use short films and short film series as a to develop longer form properties.
Sabemos que hay una gran demanda en versiones cortos de todo como también en Netflix o en Google, o sea, que la gente quiere ver contenido que es bastante corto, y también hacen parte de una empresa que ha hecho Breaking Bad, The Walking Dead y otras series que han tenido mucho éxito.
So, and on these free networks, we're starting to experiment. One of the guys that produced an Oscar-nominated film a few years ago, he's developed a little Zoom series of people just drawing, but it's very cute. It's a 5-part series, 10 minutes long, and we are launching it in the UK, just to try.
Un director que ha ganado ya premios ha empezado con una serie en Zoom que solo dura como 10 minuticos, y ahora sí tiene ya un éxito.
So we're launching it on the UK on Samsung. We get all of the data. We can see exactly how many people are watching it every day. It's a fabulous opportunity to go to call, when we have our calls with AMC, to say, well, here's a series, 10 minutes. We ran it in the UK. We ran it for 6 weeks. Here are the number of viewers. We could see an uptick, downtick. We can show exactly all the data, and we can break down the demographics of who watched the series. So it's very interesting, and then we can all agree, okay, let's put a little bit of money on this one and do another round. We're starting to look at, with a Latin American company, we're in the process of looking at mini novellas and actually starting to develop soap operas that we can test in India that are made in Colombia to see how they might, what it looks like as people view them, what the data rate uptake is, for instance.
El proceso funciona así, que es muy importante tener los datos de los espectadores, porque pueden ver ahora perfectamente quién ha visto como la serie, y también como la demografía, las edades, y también eso funciona así, y ya.
So we're building a huge development platform.
Bueno.
And how can we work together? There are 4 ways. One is, let us pay you money. Let us license your film. Let us distribute your film. We are trying to take every film and give it an audience and see how far it could go. We pay anywhere up to $1 million a year in license fees to filmmakers. So we're sending out checks to everyone. Some of them are small, some of them are a little larger. Depends on the film, depends on if it's been online, or all of those kinds of things. but some of them are quite substantial.
La pregunta es cómo podemos trabajar juntos y bueno, un método es que déjanos pagarle dinero y eso también lo hacen en gran cantidad, es como pagan más de alrededor de $1 millón a los realizadores de los cortos y también que se pueden distribuir los cortos.
So the second thing is let us make you famous. We are trying, doing our very best. We have an enormous platform. We're showing only short films. We're trying to make sure that short film directors, short film stars, our stars start to become stars. They start to get a bit of lift and publicity, and we're able to really start giving them that. We've done that for sure in India. We are starting to break now young directors.
Y bueno, una otra manera es que déjanos hacer la gente famosa, porque eso también es crucial y ya ha funcionado con muchos directores, con muchas actrices, especialmente en India, por ejemplo.
Right. And we want to do that throughout the Spanish-speaking world. Third is let us use our networks and test your films, your short series.
La tercera manera es como, bueno, dejarnos usar las redes, todos los contactos que tienen para que puedan ya hacer, bueno, testimonios de los cortos y de las películas.
So the fourth is to watch yourselves. You can, Samsung, we're not in France yet. We're launching in Germany in a couple of months. We'll be in France quickly after that. But you should, and we're throughout the Spanish-speaking world, you should watch your films on TV Cortos and on Cortos.
Y también es imprescindible también como ver los cortos y también ten cuidado con eso y también como hablar sobre los pensamientos de los cortos. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. This is an event we do in the Netherlands every year. Any questions? Thank you. Sorry that it took so long to get to this, but I appreciate your patience. Any questions or?
Otra vez, bueno, nos sentimos mucho que solo podíamos empezar muy tarde, pero bueno, agradece el público y si queréis, ya si hay preguntas, pueden poner las preguntas. ¿Ah? ¿Por ahí? Okay.
Yes, please. That would be great.
Are you thinking about making some sort of partnership with any universities here in Spain?
Yes, we would like to make partnerships with every university in Spain. Yes, we really would, and we are trying to. We've just with the National Film and TV School in the UK. We've just done a series that really that we did for the UK, but we've now released it everywhere. It's we spent a year filming what their students go through, the whole arc, and we did a week, 5-program week of, what's it like to go through the National Film and TV School. So we'd love to work with you.
Okay. ¿Más preguntas o?
Yeah, maybe you could summarize in Spanish.
Right. Entonces, sí tienen plan de colaborar también con una universidad aquí. Pero no entendí muy bien el resto. Pero, Sorry.
Any other questions? Or? Oh, okay. Sorry, you were going to?
First of all, thank you for promoting the short films worldwide. It's great. I remember a story. There were some investors. They tried something huge with $1.5 billion. I heard, and they tried to have a big short films channel. I'm not sure if you know what I'm referring to, and it didn't work.
$1 billion.
$1 billion.
Katzenbergs, yes.
Yes. Do you think it's a lack of interest from general public, or do you think it's just the way they did it? Because apparently you have a much more organic growth, and do you think there's a limit to how much people are really willing to see shorts, or it will always be sort of a dark corner of the internet?
Thank you.
Sí, pregunta si hay un límite de espectadores que quieren ver los cortos o que los números están más o menos como ahora siguen establecer.
So shorts are, Jeffrey Katzenberg did this big thing called Quibi. It was done the Jeffrey Katzenberg Hollywood way. They paid a fortune for every feature. He and I had a number of discussions about working together, about whether short films fit in what they were doing. And the two of us had a very, very different view of what would work.
Entonces había un hombre, Katzenberg, ¿no? que ha pagado $1 billón para features, entonces para colaborar con cortos, y han tenido muchas discusiones cómo pagar, o sea, cómo hacer ese proceso.
So when he launched in January of he launched in April, but in January, our team put together, used to be an investment banker. Our team put together our analysis of his company. And I told all the reporters that talked to me in January that I didn't think they had money to make it past September. They would have to make another $1 billion raise in September.
Entonces han hablado y Carter piensa que el dinero no va a ser suficiente, y pensaba que tienen que, inyectar más dinero para que funcione. The other part was hard for me to translate. The first part, sorry.
So anyway, he didn't have enough money. In September, he couldn't raise more money. He and I spoke several times in the summer, and he was unwilling to put any short films on his network. On the other hand, where we're seeing real growth in audience is highly localized content. In India, the Tamil dialect is huge, and they want more films in Tamil, and they want more films by their own filmmakers. And one of the great things that Shorts allows us to do is to give Galicians Galician shorts, and Catalonians some Catalonian shorts, and then give them some bigger films at the same time. But there is this globalization that is actually turning into smaller segments, and it's one of the beauties of short movies.
Ahora es más el plan como concentrarse en contenido que es muy local, muy regionalizado, porque sabemos que el mundo es muy globalizado, pero el plan es más como también anunciar también películas de Galicia o de India en comunidades más pequeñas, más locales, como por ejemplo el dialecto tambal. Por aquí la gente quiere ver también cortos en ese dialecto, y eso quieren que desarrollar también más local.
Netflix paid this past year for the Oscar winner as much as a proper film would be paid. It was a very huge sum.
Netflix ha pagado como una gran cantidad de dinero para una película que estaría en los Oscars también, ¿no? Para un corto.
So, but the point is that shorts and the shorts on Netflix this year, the 2 Oscar-winning shorts, were viewed more frequently than any of the Oscar-nominated features. So audiences are moving to shorts. Audiences are absolutely moving to shorts.
Dice que el público quiere ver, o se está moviéndose hasta los cortos, porque en el último año los 2 nominados de los cortos de los Oscars han tenido más espectadores que los features, las películas largas de los Oscars.
But we have to tell them the stories they want to be entertained by.
Tenemos que contar las historias con ellos que están entretenidos y que quieren.
Because refugee stories, there are only so many times that you can watch a worthy, well-made refugee movie.
Hay muchas películas sobre el tema de los refugiados, pero existen tantas que solo puedes como escoger un corto así, o no puedes contar como casi muchas historias de un tema así.
Because what audiences really want is zombies.
Porque el público quiere zombies.
Yes, and so you just have to give them more and more zombie movies, even though maybe they're not as worthy, maybe they don't tell as compelling a story, but they're fun to watch.
Entonces tenemos que dar al público más películas de zombie, aunque no sean así más o así interesante o tan interesante que películas con temas más sociales. Así.
So we're trying to we have some great movies. We try to always give our audiences some great, amazing, thought-provoking movies and lots of fun.
Entonces siempre queremos dar al público películas que, que entretan al público y con mucha animación también. Okay.
Do you see yourself becoming like Netflix, like maybe becoming a producer of content?
We're starting to produce content. We're having a lot, it's just small, it's risky, but we're starting to shove more and more series tests that we're doing off to AMC, and we're working directly with them to say, okay, Vorman problem, Martin Freeman and Tom Holland have signed up to do a series. So we work with the director who has done this and reached out to AMC, and they've read the script and said they want to review it and work with him. So we've done tests. We sent them all the viewing data on the Vorman problem. So we're starting now to have a very tight circle of, here's a good one. Let's really focus on this and see if we can develop it into something more interesting.
Bueno, para resumir, también han empezado a crear y a producir contenido sus mismos de la plataforma ShortsTV. Por ejemplo, trabajan con directores con ACM y ahora van a intentar a publicar y hacer también contenido propio.
And we're looking at with Caracol, these mini novellas with Caracol and Tata Sky in India, to see what the success rate of those are.
Y también quieren también colaborar con Caracol de Latinoamérica para hacer telenovelas.
And we've had huge directors who came to us and said, we'd really like to make soap operas with you.
Y había muchos directores que querían hacer también telenovelas.
Yeah.
Okay, bueno. Creo que sí.
Thank you, sorry.
Otra vez, muchas gracias de parte de Ricardo
Yes, thank you very much.
y por la colaboración y gracias por estar ahí.